Oof. Saturation is bad. We got to start with this game, right? This is in the K9. We have my YM Chess Ian, who's kind of consistently been the top player, and looks like Black sacked. Guess it would have been a bishop for 2 pawns and an opening up of the king. So the last few moves were actually played pretty quickly. Definitely encourage, at least Black in particular, to slow down. Things are never as simple as they seem. Hold on, weird glare. So yeah, regardless of if the sacrifice is good or not, this is kind of like one of your fears when you're playing somebody lower than you and they get like a scary attack. It's like it's everything to lose for you. Yeah, I just H5 makes a lot of sense to anchor the knight. Yeah, you're kind of chasing the king back in the corner, but the pawn, pawn's pretty strong. Maybe could support G2 later. So yeah, this will be a really cool game. Definitely keep an eye on it. Yeah, got a lot of pretty strong players today. I think our strongest player is actually in K3. That would be Sam. Yeah, we'll see if anyone comes close. Yeah, a lot of players I actually have not heard of, so maybe this. So we'll see if anyone can hang in there against Sam. I don't know, maybe these guys. We'll see. And then K6 also had somebody pretty good. Yeah, I know this person's pretty good. Yeah, we also got other good players. A lot of new people, so that's cool. And okay, people I've seen before. Yeah, this should be a pretty competitive section. So we kind of have like our high-rated people at least. So while getting first might be hard, at least the players that I already know in this section, I think you guys could definitely aim for like top 5 would be really good, or top 10. So that's kind of where we're at. So K6 actually already finished round 1. K3, okay, there's 3 games left. Oh, pretty interesting games. So, well, I don't know. Actually, wow, K3 must have played like really fast because these games are still like barely past the opening. All right, well, let's just go to this one because it looks really double-edged. Let me just, okay, well, after I count the material, I thought, I guess, white had a rook in there. All right, so black's easily winning. Yeah, this game kind of struck my eye. Got a nice file. Well, the center is completely blocked. Whenever I look at a new position, I always want to start with the center. One sec. Fix that light. Move it over here. Is that better? Oh, well. I guess I could sit in front of the light. Okay. I guess we'll have to go with that. So yeah, I think white's better here. So black has the 2 bishops, which is normally an advantage, but the center is completely blocked. So the bishops, you can just kind of see it, are really pretty stuck. White's bishop's actually pretty good. On the other hand, black is super solid. So yeah, this game might take a while. So if you're in the K3 and you finish, you may have a while to wait. And I guess there was one more game in K3. This one barely looks out of the opening. And black's up a piece. So black should win, but still a lot can happen, I guess. Did they trap that bishop? Yep. Oh, that's actually a pretty interesting trap because it looks like this square is well defended. But if takes, just making sure that queen's not getting trapped, but yeah, it doesn't look even close. And never take stuff for granted. This like c4 is a pretty common move to trap this bishop. So definitely check out the details. If it looks like, even if it looks well defended, always, make sure. All right, so K3, putting on a show. Let's go back to K9. Okay. Oh, this looks pretty hard to let me put it up here. This glare. This looks pretty hard to defend for black. In fact, well, this is gonna be a good one. All right. Whew, a lot of good games today. Well, that's a good start. So notice the time control is 30 minutes, a little longer than usual. So definitely take your time. Too bad. Looks like white was able to kind of just steamroll here. How did that happen? Oh, yeah, no. Then white gets a nice attack. Yeah, I feel like pushing the H pawn was not a great idea. Oh, well. Usually I try to ignore the computer. Try to use my own brain first. Let's see what the computer says. Why not? Oh. So it's saying even after this sacrifice, white's like completely winning. Well, it looked interesting to me. It looked like a good try. So. But yeah, it doesn't, just like I was sort of thinking, this doesn't like really the H pawn idea. And then, well, what happened in the game? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, knight takes looks really bad. I mean, all right, as you can see, the computer likes just moving back, but that's dumb. I don't know, maybe even like G4, just trying to go king up and then rook in. But interesting game. Definitely probably made white sweat a little bit. That's all you can kind of hope for. I'm actually really fascinated by this game. Oh, black. Oh, yeah. White must have missed. So white was looking for like using the pins. Well, I think F4 now actually would have won this game because the rook can't stay here unless I'm mistaken. And then just G4. I thought rook D7 was better. Well, now that it's 2 pawns on 2, man, this looks pretty crazy. Well, I don't know. I feel like I've seen a lot of stuff. I think maybe black may have winning chances because now it's like the king is involved, which is normally good in the end game, but it also leaves it open to some like checks, possibly winning the queen. I think black's done pretty well here. Yeah, white's best chance was definitely back here, where the king is still very safe. You have an extra pawn over here, and the queen can kind of just bother black. Yeah, after this, I think anybody can win this game, to be honest. I'll give it equal chances. So we went from white being very likely to win to now equal. I think it is equal, but I think I'd take black. I think black has better winning chances. Don't know if I'd want to be black, but just there's a lot of tricks. Yeah. By the way, speaking of tricks, it's been a pretty amazing candidates tournament so far. So the candidates tournament is where 8 of the best grandmasters in the world play, and the winner of the tournament gets to face Magnus Carlsen for the world championship in November of this year. There's only 2 rounds left in the tournament, and the games have really just been amazing. In fact, today all the games were decisive, no draws, which is pretty crazy. All very tactical end games. And in fact, I feel like when you think of like grandmaster play, you think of these long struggles, like locked in endless maneuvering. But that is totally not the case at this tournament. There has been a lot of, a lot of strategical battles, but also some just wild tactical fights. And then I feel like everyone was talking about Fabiano's win with the rook and pawn against knight and pawn. That was pretty amazing. You can just learn so much by watching these games. All right, good to see White take their time here. So you don't want to fall for any traps. And there's also a lot of tempting things for White. Queen b3. Let's see. This is in k9. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of our k3 game. So, well, we can check out k6 real quick. Oh. Yeah, I mean, so then what happened? Okay. Yeah, this is a nice solid setup for White. You can do it against anything. Of course, the drawback is Black can do also kind of whatever they want. There's a lot of different setups. Let's see. Then, well, if I'm not mistaken, I think e4 is the idea here. But okay, so White kind of just switches plans. Kind of works out because you lock Black out of play. But yeah, I think though the main idea is to go here. It's funny because then d4 actually is pretty good. You lock this guy out of play. You control e5. Well, let's see. Yeah, c3 here. So it kind of turned into like a sort of like a London. Well, I don't even know what to call it. Sort of like a London system where it's like very solid or a collie. Um, yeah, I think Black's position is kind of a mess. This knight. So normally in d4, d5 openings, you want to play c5 or c4. Black can't do that at the moment. Yeah, I think White's a little better here. Okay, so yeah, we do see Black move the knight, play c6. Oh, it's a pretty nice knight. So it's White's turn. Yeah, definitely White's more comfortable. Yeah, I mean this. When was this played? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Looks okay, though it does make a target here. All right. So, okay, so we have one game from K6, one of our top players. So let's go back to that. Oh, no. Yeah, well, it's tricky for both sides. Oh, I wonder if that was White's plan. That was very good. I didn't see Queen F7 coming. So I guess she had to go check. Oof. Good game, guys. Well, yeah. You know what? I think I can see how long Black took on that move. I cannot see computers analysis. Ignore the computer. Um, Oh, right. So I'm looking, black took less than a minute on this move when there was a lot of time. So one way to kind of avoid these mistakes is to always look at all checks and all captures and other forcing moves in a position. Take a quick look at this check and immediately you'll see, oh man, this is bad. Oh, so white actually went e4 with the idea of going sacking. Well, certainly, maybe you guys are like inspired by if you watched it, the Grandmaster games today, where everyone was like using crazy tactics. Well, since it's sort of past that, I don't know if white had to really do that. Why not? I thought f4 was actually really strong. Just opening up the f file, and I don't see how black can get much active play. You can even play slowly. Oops. Well, that would be an illegal move. Okay, whatever. f4, queen f3. I don't know, even g4, g5. Well, I don't know. I mean, a good rule of thumb is you need at least 3 attackers to make the attack work. I mean, all of a sudden, black is a beautiful knight here. Yeah, this definitely, I don't think this was the way to go, but definitely a nice try. And, stuff could happen. Stuff can always happen. Yeah, I don't like what's gone on here for white. This doesn't look that good. I guess white did win a pawn. I'm always thinking about activity though. Whose pieces are getting more active? Actually win. No, this should be good for white. Just looking at these guys. Now these guys are not good. Better than before though. But maybe not. Yeah, actually. Yeah, no, that this is definitely a lot better for white. Oh, what made me not? Hmm. Trying to just think why my initial reaction was was not very good. I guess maybe because white was just moving one piece around. So it did yeah. Huh. So it kind of goads black to doing a5. Okay. Yeah, rook c7 looked a little slow. Yeah, maybe just a5. No, how about rook c, or not, what is this piece? Knight c6. Just trying to do something, and then you stop this at least. I think black was actually in a lot of trouble. Like I, well, like I thought this rook could be pretty strong, but all right, interesting game though. Interesting middle game. Okay, h4. Well, yeah, and now it does get a little bit dicey. Definitely take your time, guys. Oh, she goes back. Um, yeah, I mean, I think queen takes pawn, and rook h7 is bad. Okay, now you get. Well, that knight is pretty nice on e5 as well. So, I don't know. All right. Let me fix that white. It's very irritating. Hmm. Guess I could move it over here. Hmm. Yeah, I guess that could work. Well, it's not as bad. Okay, so we'll pin this game. I don't know if I quite believe in the attack, but pretty still pretty interesting game. Oh, nice. Benjamin won his game. I'll just see something. Okay. Yeah, I was just looking at this move. I've seen like so many moves now when players like have one rook in the corner, one rook next to them. Here it's very good because the rooks actually have open lines. I've even seen rooks here when there's still pawns here, which is just insane. So if you want to, put your rooks behind pawns to help the pawns, just have the pawns be pushed first, like, in this case, or have the file be open before moving your rooks here. I wouldn't even say anything about it, but I've seen it happen so many times. Actually, show you guys. It'll have to be in my other account. A quick example of what I'm talking about here. So rooks belong on open files. Always say that to yourself. Man, I can't wait to look at the candidates games today. So much crazy stuff. All right, so here's an example of what I'm talking about. So in this position, white plays rook FB1. I mean, yeah, no, I won't make you look at that any longer. So you want to move the rooks on open files. Where are the? Oh, another bishop trap. Yeah. So just remember, you have to consider what your opponent's going to do. Don't become obsessed with your own ideas. Ooh. Yeah, Will. Oh, Will and Jess want. Oh, they've actually never played, despite being in the same class. I guess it's only been a few weeks. Is it French? I think taking with the pawn is a little better. Keep control over the center. Yeah, now this pawn becomes kind of weak. Yeah, and I think still equal, but black has solved some problems, and they have black has nice pawns, and this not really sure where white's going to develop, especially with the knight. So, but yeah, that'll be a cool game to watch. Let me pin that one as well. What is this? K9. All right, let's go to K3. Yeah, I mean, it just looks like black's up a piece. Pretty interesting game though. Oh, we had a queen trade. I'm guessing forced. G4. Yeah, don't have time for king h2. When you're attacking, you often have to be really fast. Yeah, maybe just take. Yeah, I was thinking, doesn't black have that? But I guess it's okay. All right, so I think black's gonna win that one. Well, I don't know. I mean, black is in this one, so black's up a piece. I mean, white does have some nice works of their own, and black's down on time. I mean, it's nothing, I don't think, too worrisome yet for black. Because white's also kind of like ticking down. But you definitely don't want a situation where like you have 2 minutes and your opponent has like 9. Because when there's a big disparity, then your opponent can take their time in critical positions, or at least they should, while you kind of have to just suffer there. Or at least if you're both like blitzing, it kind of evens things out. Players start moving a little bit faster. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, let's see. Does white trade rooks? Keep the rook there, or could even move the rook away. Yeah. So remember, guys, don't take anything for granted. Like, even if a move looks really good, still slow down. Think about what your opponent is going to do, first of all, against that move, and then quickly see if you have anything even better. Though, to be fair, even the top GMs sometimes mess this up. If you were, I don't know if anyone in this tournament was in my class on Thursday. I don't think so, but if you were, we were actually looking at a game between it was also from the candidates Grandmaster tournament between Grishuk, one of the Russian GMs, and MVL, the French super GM. So MVL was white, and he kind of made this automatic check, which looked so good, but it turned out to just be a draw. And what's crazy is the check was actually Bishop A3. So that was the bad move. And then what's insane to me is yesterday, MVL was also playing Grishuk. This time he was black. And he literally does this kind of the same thing. He makes this quick move when he had plenty of time, when actually Bishop A3 check was maybe a drawing move. It turns out he would have probably lost anyway, but Bishop A3 was a better move than what he did. So I just find that so poetic. In one of his games, Bishop A3 was a bad move, and the other one, Bishop A3 was the good move. And it happened because he, was playing too fast. So maybe I should be a little less harsh on you guys, considering even the top players have problems with this. Even Magnus sometimes doesn't think about his opponent's possibilities. If you guys saw the game back in, I guess it would have been January or February, against Andrei Esipenko, this 18-year-old, where Magnus lost because his opponent had what for GMs is just a very simple tactic. So, well, not much has happened. So he decided to go there. Now Queen C4. Okay. All right. So now time is getting more equal. So that's good for black. And yeah, it seems things are kind of fizzling out for white. I think barring a blunder, black should be winning here. The other knight may have been, well, doesn't, I guess it's, no, actually, yeah, probably the one he did is better. Yeah, because just knight takes c4. I was thinking if you had moved the d knight, then the bishop couldn't have taken it, but it turns out knight takes c4. Still does that anyway. Well, actually, well, white did win that pawn. Was that forced, though? I think queen c4. Yeah, you have to take, otherwise, if you try to queen trade first, white has this nice desperado. Oh, it's just kind of weird. All right, well, maybe then queen c4 was not a good move. Though it looked pretty natural. Well, now white has 2 pawns for the piece. Even more importantly, all of black's pawns are on one side of the board, which makes it a little easier to defend. So generally, when you're up material, you want to trade pieces, but not pawns. Otherwise, that can get kind of drawish. And if you're white, or if you're losing, you want to avoid trades, but trading pawns can be okay. And that's kind of what happened. Though actually, he ended up winning a pawn. So not really. So maybe white does have some chances to draw. It's tricky though. What you want to do as white is just be patient with the pawns. If you just kind of shove everybody up there, they can become weak. And black is just gonna be like, I have an extra piece. I'm just gonna go and attack your pawns with my extra guy. So this is not easy thing for anybody, and especially with 5 minutes left, it's pretty hard. Like I'm definitely gonna take black here. But I think white has some decent chances. So we'll go back here in 1 minute. I just want to look at Will and Justwant's game. Yeah, which hasn't really progressed that much. Yeah, still looks, a little better for black. Just not really sure where white's going. Black has such nice control of the middle. It makes it hard to do much. H5 looks like a weird move, but it's actually pretty typical in the French to help secure the knight here, so it can't go G4. Yeah, and black may have some attacking potential as well. But it's still pretty equal. All right. Yeah, black just using their extra pieces to bully white. Yeah, I don't know if c4 was a good move because notice that these pawns are all in the same color as the bishop. And that might seem weird, like, well, wait a second, doesn't that mean the bishop can attack them? Yes, but at the same time, it also restricts the bishop. Because now bishop b4 was possible. So, yeah. And I don't think it's the type of position where anyone has to get desperate. I think both players can sort of play a little bit conservatively and see if their opponent, gets out of whack. Like right now, all the pieces are working together. But who knows? Maybe the knight ends up over here somehow, and then the bishop's over here, and then you can start pushing the pawns. It's kind of like waiting for the right moment. This is only K3, so these players are some of the youngest in the section. So yeah, pretty impressive game. Yeah, G3, nice move. Give the king some room, so there's no back rank mates. And you also put the pawn on the same square as the bishop, restricting it even further. Yeah, like it seems like H3. Well, that does the same thing, but not really. And the bishop can come here. You give it some scope. So I like this. I like F5. Yeah, both players have played the last 4 or 5 moves really well, and not much has changed. Black is using the extra piece. White is figuring out how to use their pawns, not just to be pushed to promote, but also to work against the pieces. It's actually pretty interesting. I mean, these are just positionally, these are nice pawns. You know, they're controlling a lot of nice squares in the position. You know, um, just get all these pawns. Yeah, rook a6 looked pretty good. I mean, look at that. So, yeah. Knight comes back, and so we can kind of see this is what I was worried about for black. Stuff starts to get uncoordinated. I think white has the harder task, though, because you have to decide when is it best to push the pawns, and that'll break their this seal. F4 looks a little risky. Now this is weak. Oh, actually, it's not just this, but this whole rank. Yeah. Well, I don't like F4. Man, this is just as good as those end games that the GMs were playing today. We had 4 end games, all ended in victories. Well, or defeats, I guess, depending on whose point of view. Yeah, I think the same's going to happen here. I don't think it's going to be a draw, but I also don't know who's going to win. Yeah, 95, definitely stronger. Because then if bishop takes, then you could do pawn takes, and then you could maybe get 2 connected pass pawns. So, oh, okay. So his idea was, no, I still think 95 was the way to go because there are also some other threats there. This looks a little too passive to me. So C5, I mean, it does open up the hole. You can see how quickly things can change. White is definitely trending down here. In fact, definitely some things to talk about after the game. No, this has been a great, really well played game, guys. Both players missing, I think, a couple opportunities, but I mean that's kind of how chess is. All right, so G4, that would have been checkmate, right? Unless I'm mistaken. G4 is mate. Okay. Well, yeah, this is definitely a good thing for black, restricting the king. Oh, the knight. Yeah, I should not be here. Remember, almost 99% of the time, it's worth giving up a pawn, even in the endgame, for active pieces. Wow. So see, now black has everybody coordinated. The knight, well, it's kind of a story of 2 knights on the back rank. This knight's actually not bad because it's guarding some really important squares. It's protected, and it's The rook is helping completely blockade the pawns. White is forced back. This is very, very bad for white. While on the other hand, this knight is simply passive. All right, but still, what is black going to do? Like these pawns. Somehow you get this guy. That's going to be game over. Though it does not look easy at the moment. Oh, man. These guys, they're only, I guess at maximum, they could be in third grade. So they're like 8 years old, 9 years old, and got 2 minutes on the clock. So despite these things, they're playing really well. It's been a really great game to watch. So sorry to everybody else. This game has just been too good. Yeah. Yeah, it comes down to tactics in the end. I think black was gonna win. So I think this should be game over. Well, maybe not yet though. There is a pass pawn on c5, so I don't want to. All right, there comes the king. Wow, he's still being really careful. Doesn't have a lot of time, but still takes his time. Is there a way to... Yeah, in fact, this could be it. Yeah. You actually let that pawn promote. Well, you're going to have to now. Ooh, I don't think black knew they couldn't stop that pawn. It's making them a little nervous. But you got your own. Told you guys. These pawns are going to be important. So actually, without that pawn there, this pawn was somewhere else. I think white wins because you can't. Yeah, you can't stop that. But yeah. Oh man, if this pawn was even over here, white wins. Always watch out for when the pawn promotes. What squares is it controlling? But yeah. Wow. So it did come down to tactics. Okay, so black's win. Black's won. Yeah, I thought black also could have thought about the sack here. His position's probably strong enough. Work a4, super tempting, but dang. But yeah, I think black was just winning. So, good game, guys. Yeah, definitely watch these two players. They've got some skills. They're gonna have to face this guy. So that's probably not gonna be that fun. All right, going back to Castle Will, just Swans game. Now Will has managed to get something going here. Oh wow, we had another case of rooks in the corner. Well, here's the thing, like, well, I don't know. You could just push it anyway. And then after, well, no, that's terrible. What am I talking about? It's actually kind of hard to get this pawn pushed. So I don't think this was such a great move. If you can't really push this. Well, it's interesting. I'm not sure. All right. But at least, hey, this rook has a pawn behind it. I mean, in front of it. This rook, I see he maybe wants to push the pawn. And if white wants to take it, he has to do it with the knight. I was, thinking normally why not just push the pawn first, but then queen takes, and that's terrible. Yeah. So now, yeah, black's played kind of slow and just kind of stuck with the king in the middle. And pieces are somewhat working together. Queen is annoying. Knights are aimed towards the center, both aimed towards here. But this could be the very important moment because black is about to just come at you. I think there might be only a couple things to do here. I'm not even sure if they work. Be fun to try. Crazy tactics here. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess d4 was coming anyway. No, I mean, d4 couldn't have been played here. c4. Yeah, only play c4 if you see something good after d4. Is there anything black could have done? Or white could have... Maybe white could have got this queen out of here. Because it's, yeah, not so good. Um, all right, well, plenty of time. Hmm. Yeah, even like, I mean, queen f4 is just kind of a nice centralizing move. Maybe should have, well, then then you have to calculate is g5 a problem? It might be, so maybe then, I don't know, even queen all the way back. Because the queen did a good job kicking the king to the center file. But, yeah. All right, we'll see what Will comes up with. Should be something pretty good. Anything else happening? No. Yeah, looks like black is in a nice position. But this rook is out of play. That could be a problem. White might have some threats. So this is also a pretty good game. Let's see what Will. Well, you can do it now, but I think you got some cannons coming at you. Okay. So yeah, pretty good game here. So it's another one from K9. So I always want to try to have kind of a sample from all the sections, not just talking about the same people. I always love my rook endings. Yeah, pretty great game over here. Oh, and even better, I love the pawn endings. Well, this one looks pretty clean cut, so I see it every time. Yeah, be very careful about trading into a pawn ending because then things become very forced. You know, you don't have the same kind of chances for counterplay as when at least you have a rook. So rook c7, very common mistake. And now, I mean, there's nothing you can do. Well, you came close. Actually, closer than it probably should have been. But hey, good game. Oh, I already finished. I always like to save the games. How do I do it? Oh, the blah blah study. Well, that sounds very advanced. Oh man. So yeah, definitely I'm gonna save this game. Don't worry, I'll change the names in case anyone wants to remain anonymous. I'm just kind of I like to just collect different samples, especially of mistakes I've seen happen a lot, which is traded into a losing end game. It's been a big one. Oh, well, hopefully that gets sorted out. Oh, this one now traded into knights. Did this get figured out? I mean, trade into a rook end game. Yeah, end games are tricky, guys. Don't take stuff for granted just because there's not a lot of pieces left. Should still take the same kind of focus as you take to your openings and middle games. So, oh, is white gonna? Might be a couple pawns getting traded. Yeah, I mean now actually I really like white because of this guy in the corner. What? So yeah, I thought Black's gonna win the pawn, but takes probably gonna have a pawn trade, and I think white just has more active rooks. Trying to guard the second rank. Makes sense, though you do want to be kind of aware of timing, because as soon as this rook gets in the game, it's probably just a draw. Yeah, king d7, I mean, basically forced. I just want still thinking in this position. Yeah, I guess the reason I don't like this now is now that with this diagonal open, there's more options. This queen c1 maybe is okay. If you do it here, though, then the diagonal is closed, but maybe it's not so bad. We'll see. No, actually, White's got an equal position and Sam, but yeah, definitely Black's a lot better here. This is a very annoying pin, and Black has a lot of nice center control. So, all right, anything particularly interesting? All right, we'll have to wait for things to develop. So this is K9. Oh, okay, let's go to K6. Wow, K6. K6 is going pretty fast. All right, it's gonna be fun. So come on, Max, you can do it. It's a little tricky, but I think you got it. Oh, what happened here? Yeah, so now, this happens. Well, now since it's not really a possibility, like let's say here, I don't know, let's say Black did whatever, maybe here, then actually it's super risky. I don't know, let's say Black did whatever, who cares? Then maybe thinking like a knight sack. And then like say knight takes knight, knight takes pawn, knight takes pawn, knight takes knight, pawn takes knight, and then the queen still protects d4, but maybe you can go c5, queen b4, maybe just some way you're getting the queen away from the d pawn, and rook takes d4. And I'm just trying to create open lines against the king. I don't know if it works, but that was kind of my idea. Well, white did get rid of that scary bishop. And this rook g8 move is, yeah, just kind of looking like it was a waste. So, yeah, really cool game here. I don't know. Who is like, someone's playing really fast. All right, got another great game here. So this is also K9. All right, give me one second. Respond to this. Did he, what? Wait, hold up. Oh, stalemate. Okay. So yeah, no, that's a pretty good trick. So you got to just sack your rook for the pawn and then promote. But good game. That was in K6. Oh shoot, I just went away from a really interesting game. Aha. So I believe black's the higher rated player, which most likely means the stronger player, but not always clear. Okay, so black goes for just the kind of super solid defend everything. Yeah, I mean this looks bad for like the rooks look bad, I should say, but definitely think this approach has a lot of merit because the rook is, well, I mean everything's protected, and white's rooks are kind of a little awkward as well. We got like a weird diamond of rooks. I don't even know. Hmm. Yeah, definitely is another one I want to talk about afterwards because there's a lot of different ways to go about this. Just remember, activity is the most important thing. It's even worth giving up a pawn or two for, no matter what kind of endgame it is. Even in king, obviously all endgames are king endings, but even in king and pawn endings, sometimes you sack a pawn to get your king more active. So what was that called? I think widening the beachhead. That's like a famous game where it looked like Nimzovich, who's this back in the 1920s, was black. It looked like he was losing, but then he actually sacked a pawn and he was able to win. And it was only kings and pawns. It's not like he had like a tactic, really. It was just really cool. So okay, so black kind of goes for it, gives this guy up, takes this one. Well, it's risky. I mean, you're giving white the potential pass pawn after this. Black's gonna make their own pass pawn. Yeah. Thought Black had another idea now that things have kind of settled. Why not go c6? Rook. So rook here is gonna win the a pawn, but then just rook takes pawn, rook takes pawn. It looks bad for black because white has the nice outside pass pawn. But now maybe just get the rooks and then rook f2. Can at least make a lot of trouble. Maybe pick up some pawns and stop white's pawn. Thought that would have been interesting too. All right, here we go. Yeah, no, I'm liking this too for black actually too. Maybe not as much. Still looks pretty equal. I like how the black pieces are working together. Yeah, this rook is just looking real silly. Wow, it's not easy, but plenty of time for both players. Definitely use your time. Okay, going back to this game. Oh, he went to F1. Okay. The king starts its escape. Queen came back. Okay. Wow, yeah, no, this is a good game. You know, I think white might be better because I would have preferred this king maybe over here, but yeah, I don't. It's funny. This pawn actually kind of takes away that. You know, these pawns are well looked after by the knight. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. Black still has a lot going on too. You can argue the pass pawn and white's weak king as well. Black is pretty safe. I don't see any threats at the moment. No, this is very, very good. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, so it's not even so important like who's better in the position, right? I mean, the computer can just like tell you that. It's more, you know, who was able to come up with a clear plan. That's probably going to win the game. And well, I was thinking white is slightly better based on position. In terms of clear plan, though, I actually think it might be a little more difficult for white. I think he's going to have to play pretty forcefully because given time, black is going to take advantage of that king side. So rook h8, I mean, yeah, it's going to take a while for that rook to get in the action, but once it does, it's going to be super bad. So white needs to kind of come up with something, some kind of plan now. If you even waste one move, I think black would then be better. Let's go back to our rook people. All right, rooks have been traded. Oh, we got pawns being pushed over here. Thought f5 was the better option. I don't know. Oh, wait, then this happened. Oh, this is where we are. Oh, well, now, yeah, this is good for black. Because I don't see a way to protect the pawn. It's like crazy like that. So that's kind of just like a mistake. Yeah, I mean, this guy was protecting that. And I'm just worried for black, these guys could become a little weak. I think if you just push f5, I mean, get the pass pawn, king is in such a great spot. So, I don't know. I think, yeah, it might be winnable because this pawn is kind of weak. If these guys were even just back here, might be easier. Oh, well now, Yeah, I was thinking black's king can now invade. Ooh, yeah. So that'll happen. Yeah, definitely, guys. Still slow down. Still a lot of time. All right, he did go for this. So I was looking at this too. But yeah, I don't think f6 looked natural. But yeah, this happens. I mean, it should still be fine for black. But I thought instead of going f6, just take those 2 pawns, give up the f pawn. Yeah, that would have been a lot easier. But yeah, this shouldn't be too bad either. But hey, I don't like giving my opponent any kind of counterplay. Oh, okay. Go back here in a sec. What was played here? Yeah, rook h8, rook e4. Yeah, you kind of see now why I wanted that king on h2. No, well, actually, yeah, I don't, I do not understand rook to e4. Okay. Um, so white's just gonna try to push the pawn as fast as he can. Yeah, I'm thinking this is well, couldn't he have? I don't know. Best chance for a draw may have been to take, because you can't win here. You gotta understand that. All right, it's looking pretty good for black. Okay, yeah, I mean, you have to do that at some point. Sometimes there is possible to kind of set up a fortress-like thing and draw, but nah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh, and yeah. All right, good game though, guys. So, all right, so black stays alive. Well, now these guys are getting a little low on time. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I mean, look, you gotta consider your opponent's possibilities. I mean, black is playing the most natural move, so if it doesn't work for you, then you have to choose a different move. Right? Sometimes you calculate fun variations where, you know, maybe you can get a rook here, but I mean, it's white's turn. Yeah. Yeah, he goes back. Yeah, still pretty crazy. Man, it would have been so nice to be able to, yeah, go here, but then you got problems on the back rank. Yeah, rook e4, I think could be critical. Well, now Jaswan's got a big choice. Does he take the pawn? Actually, does he go for material or does he just strengthen his attack? Sometimes it's one thing. He goes for the A pawn, but could he have taken this pawn even? I didn't even see that pawn, and then I'm like, oh, it's there. But okay, take this one. So yeah, white takes that one. Yeah, I think taking c4 would have been better. Now I think black does have some interesting things. I mean, white has some interesting things because now black's king kind of becomes weak. Now this pawn is kind of all that stands between white's queens and rooks, or queen and rooks and the black king. Very dangerous position for everybody here. Man, there are just like tactics all over the board. So I feel like I keep saying this about the games, like I want to go back over it, but then I like forget. Though sometimes we get to look at the variation after like it's either been played or there's like a different path taken. But I think for this one, I don't want to say too much about tactics now, but probably take a look at it after the game. I mean, who knows? The computer might be saying, "Oh, white's totally winning," or "black's totally winning," or not. But just remember, the players don't know that, and that makes the position a lot harder. We were seeing that a lot actually at the Grandmaster Candidates Tournament. There was one game where someone was up like +5 or something, like being up a rook. But yet they weren't able to convert the advantage. Maybe they just didn't realize how overwhelming their position was, and they couldn't find the best thing. Well, just want taking time here, which is good, but you might need that time later as well. So I don't know. Ooh. We definitely have some critical moves coming up. Oh man. Lots of candidate moves for black. The queen has a lot of options. The rooks have options. The only one without really any options might be the king and the knight. Probably don't want to move these guys. I feel like that's fairly obvious. Or maybe you do. Who knows? There he goes. I was like, just as I said that, I'm like, maybe he will. All right, the knight sack after a long think. So Will, use your time here. I don't know. Maybe Will was expecting this. To me, it's totally unexpected. But as you saw, I was just kind of like, well, wait a second. Maybe I shouldn't assume the knight should stay there. It looks so nice here guarding d4, but wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh man, so hard to calculate. Well, it shows you, right? Never make any assumptions. I'm like, well, the knight can't possibly move. And then we have this great sack. So no idea what's happening here yet, to be honest. If it's winning, if it's losing, if there's one path forward, I don't know. Yeah, I was like, Will's got to take that with a rook, because if you take with a pawn, all of a sudden your queen and rook are totally cut off from your king, and you have, I'm assuming, checks. This rook coming down. Pretty sure it's a mate or just very very close. So yeah, I'd like taking with that rook, but still a lot of problems for white. But if he can survive, then he'll win. So black doesn't take the rook. Back. Wow. Queen takes pawn. So Will's like, okay, if you're not going to take my rook, I'm just going to take the pawn. Now, can you get me? So in fact, it's like Will responded to Justwant's sacrifice with his own sacrifice, which is, yeah, it's a pretty cool idea, in fact. There should be a name for that kind of tactic, like a counter sacrifice. I'm sure there's already like a name for it. It's pretty common, actually. Just because your opponent sacks doesn't mean you have to accept it. You can even decline it with one of your own. It's kind of what he did. Yeah, so definitely think Justwant should have taken that rook, and things just get crazy. I mean, now suddenly White's pieces are working together. It was such a cool image, though, if the pawn had taken, having this sort of the pawns. Man, these arrows are killing me. The pawns kind of act as this wall against queen and rook helping. Oh, we got some moves. So check. Check was just played. So maybe Justwant missed queen takes d4, or he had other tactics in mind. Just looks like everything is pretty consolidated. Well, let's see what Will does, but he moves the king. Okay. So I guess even if he'd block with the rook, then the queen actually guards the square in case black goes for like some crazy sacrifice. And that's actually super important. So yeah, I thought rook d1 was kind of the simplest, but okay, black to move. Actually, yeah, I guess king e2 completely consolidates as well. I mean, it does allow another check, but all right. So Justwant's like, okay, I'm just gonna go for broke. But then your king is just defenseless. Okay. Yeah, I mean, doesn't really matter, I guess. King is going on a bit of an adventure. I think there was a quicker mate, but this should be good enough. All right, nice game, guys. Very nice, very hard fought. So it's another one. Gonna have to save. Guess I'll put it in the blah blah study. Maybe that's just like random. Yeah, I think it's. I always like to like collect student work, So both these guys take one of our classes on Thursdays, our tournament class, the most advanced class. Oh shoot, that's in my other account. I'll have to just get it later. But anyway, great game, guys. All right. So case 6, I guess it's like, oh, they're gonna start the last round soon. 3 players tied for first. Okay. Pretty wild stuff. One game left. So I guess, yeah, the last game, everyone always crowds around. It's a pretty good one. Okay, so Black's way up on time. White's obviously up a couple pawns and has a nice attack. Well, not really an attack, but an aggressive queen. Oh man, we might be here a while. It's the last game, right? Yeah, I don't see a quick victory for anyone. So it's okay, so K9 is waiting. What was going on with K6 also waiting for the round? Oh, okay. So actually K6 and K9 both waiting for the next round. So K3. And then this is the last game. So this is the only game going on right now. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I think, White's got to be pretty happy. And maybe Black can try to get a draw. All right, Rook D4. Makes sense. Well, G4 is extremely risky. I see White's going for the attack, but you give Black some chances. I mean, there's really no reason to go for risk if you're up as comfortably as this, where you just have 2 pawns. Well, sorry. Let's see. Black, of course, takes with the bishop. Hmm. Do you have to take? I don't know if Black had to take that. Actually, bishop takes is kind of annoying. Yeah, maybe Rook D4 was a little awkward. It's okay. Yeah, so Black has to just drop back, and that's what I was going to suggest instead of Rook D4 here. Problem, of course, is the back rank. If he had taken, then you're going to get gonna get mated here. So actually, yeah, things kind of just worked out for white then because now he's just gonna tear apart black's king. Yeah, I didn't really see much better. Oh, you can't even protect g6. Maybe could have gone for the sack. But that looks terrible. So maybe actually was there queen c3 here? Oh, maybe no. Rook takes. Rook takes. I don't know. Might have been some other stuff, but rook d8. I don't know. Might just be just losing. Yeah, I might have gone for some interesting stuff like counterattack or even takes, right? Because rook d8, you're just kind of gonna lose. I think your opponent can just play simply and I think just beat you. You don't really have counterplay opportunities. I didn't realize the position was simplifying so fast. So g4, maybe it was good, but it was definitely a risky move. Okay, so I'll leave you guys with this. I'm going to take a quick break and be back in about 5 minutes or so. Hmm. Thought there was an easier way for white. But yeah, this is still actually, yeah, this is totally winning. Okay, white only has 3 minutes, but they're close to winning. Definitely want to still take your time. This is K3. Oh man. K3's taking their time longer than the other sections. I mean, K6 is like, everyone's done in like 5 minutes, but these guys, man, these third graders and others, they really want to win. Right? Like it's so easy to get excited here and just be like, "Oh, I'm about to win. I'm just gonna play fast." But this person just still takes the time. Black should also take their time. I don't know if H4 was the best move. It's very slow. It does give Black a chance to breathe. And that could be important. I mean, look at this, our youngest players, and they're still going really strong. All right, do you want to come back to these guys? And K6 is done with the tournament. All right, so King 4-0. Wait, what? Why was he playing? Hmm? I don't get it. Oh, okay. Um, Queen, rook there, queen there. If I wasn't mistaken, actually, rook d2. That was a pretty nice move because after this, all right, he went there. Well, I'll say after the game. Actually, rook d2 was a great move. Yeah, I don't know about White's plan. Just, I don't know. It's very slow. Well, now it's kind of sort of interesting because White's getting kind of low on time. So yeah, this looked pretty good. Queen protects here, so that's precise. Also, Black made sure not to go here, walking right into that. However, these moves are not forcing that White is doing. So Black does have time to make some trouble. Yeah, it's definitely more annoying than White wanted for sure. But it might still be winning. But look at this, guys. He is less than 1 minute. Still makes the best move. right? You can really fall into some bad traps if you try to go this way or over. Well, maybe that was okay too, but like over here, down here. So white being very precise. I think this is the best move. Yeah, it's because you're limiting like the checks. King H2. Hmm. 4 and are there any? Is there any? Ah, did not see that check. Oh my. Well, now things are wild again. So black should use their time. You've been given a chance. Don't just you know run around. Let's see. Yeah, Queen C5. Actually, you know what's crazy? Black didn't even have to give a check necessarily. But okay. I mean, it's probably the best move. Man, I'm getting some good material today. Yeah, so I always, change the names again, just so, But hey, you play a game on the internet, I mean, it's going to be out there. But yeah. You know what's great about this game, honestly, besides, like, not even like what's going to happen, but just like players are just really taking their time here. It's so nice to see that. Right? I mean, chess is tough. You might not see the right idea on the first try. I mean, you gotta think. Wow, so black did not end up giving a check, which they didn't have to, since now they're not threatened by mate. And it's hard to tell whose king is in more danger. White also does not give a check. Really tough game, especially white has no time either. Wow, white's like, I don't have any fear. All right, wow. Try to calculate what's happening here. Not just the players, but if you're watching. Yeah, I mean, look at this guy. White has less than a minute, and they're still not just playing the automatic moves. Oh, now the rook comes in. Okay. White's played so well. Man, you know what's crazy? All right, there's a lot to go over with this game. I just want to hit a couple quick points. I believe if this actually isn't like so easy for black. In fact, this might just be a draw. And then this. So this is still kind of tricky. Black actually could have won the queen a lot earlier. Yeah, queen g6 was not very good because of this. Oh, wait. I guess so, the king. Well, there was some position, though. Well, now I forget. If queen f6, rook takes h. Oh, it's check. Okay, then I'm just dumb. Okay. I thought then rook takes h5 check, but at least in this position. Oh, it must have been in this position. Check, and that wins the queen. Yeah, there's no like stalemate tricks. So yeah, f4 was, I think this just completely wins. White also had a forced mate. Yeah, this is forced mate, right? And then there, and then down, and then down. Yeah, well, man, that was a great game though. Really great effort. Last thing I'll say. Oh yeah, black actually could have won earlier. Rook d2 was a great move because after this, rook e2. Well, then king f3. I was thinking then you can't go f3 anymore. King f3, but maybe then at least you can just trade, put the king in check, and get a draw. Well, actually, maybe it's still winning for white. I'm not sure. Actually, you know what? You don't even have to take. Yeah, I mean, this is just, man. h4, h5, did that pawn ever get to h6? Yeah, I did not. Yeah, just too slow. So it's not like the moves were perfect, but they were pretty good, and the players were really taking their time with this one. So you get to be added to the blah blah study of best games of the tournament. So yeah. Why did I put this game in here? Oh, right. Okay. Oh my gosh. Not even on round 3. And K6 is like done. Oh my gosh. Well, we have a okay, this game. So if black wins, he ties for first. Oh, bull. Okay. So actually the winner would tie for first. A draw would only get second. So both sides are very motivated to win. Plenty of time for both players. King or attacks on the king. Almost certainly this was a Sicilian. Yeah, okay. Whose turn is it? It's white's turn. Yeah, sometimes the position just hinges on whose turn it is. Queen d5, another move that might just be too slow. Well, we've had so many great games, I've been kind of just ignoring a couple of sections. Okay, someone was able to draw my YM Chessian. Put some pressure on him. All right. Sure won his game. Okay. Wilson's having a pretty good tournament. Good to see. Good to see. Yeah, I don't want to neglect people further down the list. Just a lot of games to get to. All right, Liam's got to win. Yeah, a lot of. Yeah, Dude's pretty strong. What did he lose? Sasha. But then that person lost the show. So 2 games left. Pretty complicated games. Just yeah, Austrian attack. And he kind of shuts things down. All right, well, let's take a look at K6 because this game's in contention for first. Oh, he moved back. But what? Was there any problem with just here? Huh. Well, they'd have to go there. Check here, check up. Okay. Maybe they didn't think the attack was strong enough, but now, yeah, I don't think White really gets any counterplay. Because even after, let's say, rook here, yeah, maybe just like, even like king b1. I don't know. I would at least prefer that to what's happening here, which just looks really bad. Well, it's tough, though. I mean, yeah, I have to definitely take a look at that. Wow, that last game between we got the EMB Blundermate in Doll Museum 1-1-1. Such a great game. All right, that's what makes chess so interesting. It's like you really don't know what's gonna happen, like ever. Even at the top levels, I mean, these guys still make mistakes. Hmm. Hmm. All right, so what have we got? So black's or what's it? White's been kind of smoked out of the layer. He might be doing okay. I don't know. Man, my mind is still on that end game. If White hadn't stepped into checkmate, it would have been a little better for black after winning the queen, but not by much. So now we've sort of transitioned into an end game because I think white can now, yeah, especially after that move, defend themselves, but they might just be in a losing end game. The king is, well, both kings could become a little bit weird because black has, these weaknesses. White's king is way out here. So it's turned into a pretty cool game. Black have anything better? Maybe rook e8 here. Because now the king can move. But if you go rook e8 here, you're gonna, I think, yeah, there's gonna be big problems. So I think check wasn't the best idea. But maybe black's still winning. So yeah, queen c5, nice multi-purpose move. When your pieces are in the center, they attack more places and do more damage. I hear chess pieces being traded. Yeah, this one in for a pretty long one. Okay, let's go somewhere else. All right, get a look at one of Sam's games. Yeah, it was like some kind of King's Indian. So this is the King's Indian structure. Looks just like the dragon, except white's played d4. Man, King's Indian is super tough because yeah, if you don't checkmate white, you have some bad positional weaknesses on the queen side. Black's attack looks really slow developing, while white's just, it's like a tidal wave. All right, so I think white's a lot better here. Yeah, obviously you got to do that. Black did get f5 in though. It's a good thing, but I think white's pretty solid and should do pretty well. Man, that doll museum game knocked me out. Now I'm like, I don't even know what's happening. Yeah, Swan is in a tough endgame. So, but white's up a pawn. But I mean, still a lot left to go. So, okay, let's just go back to K6 because it's in a fight for first. So what are the Wait, what? Why do I have the same? Oops. I meant to put Sam's game up. Oh well. All right. Yeah, a lot of time in both of these games here, so I guess we can just stay on this one. Yeah, I mean, black's up a pawn, so they have all the winning chances. So yeah, I think black's doing pretty well. Not sure what white should have done. Have to definitely go back. Because maybe rook h4 instead of rook e1 wasn't as good as I thought. So it may not have been a good move. Yeah, queen d5 looked strong. You know, what a nice queen in the center. Right, you got to centralize your pieces. It's one of the first things you learn about chess. So it seems like, well, how can something so basic really help me? But I mean, it's something to just always remember. You know, we were just learning about king and queen and pawn endings. Well, I guess all endings would include a king. So let's just say queen and pawn endings. And you know, you want to keep the queen centralized, whether you're up pawns or down. What they traded. Okay. I'll go back to maybe go back to Sam's game because it was kind of like it was slow and peaceful. Oof. Yeah, black really wants to go here and here, so I don't think. I mean, I don't really know if knight h5 was the best, but either way, the attack was too slow. I mean, I don't really have much of an opinion on openings. Just kidding. But I mean, play what you like. You know, different people teach different stuff. I totally understand that. I would not be playing the King's Indian at this age or this level. I think it's just way too hard to play well. You know, I think you should play the open systems, e4, e5, d4, d5. Well, not really d4, d5, but e4, e5. Um, and learn how to play open positions first before you start doing all the ultra sophisticated stuff. All right, so I think white, yeah, just has a nice edge. Um, oh, another complicated endgame. Oh, okay. So white's now able to. Well, yeah, kind of what I expected. Both kings aren't exactly comfortable. We'll say though, the quality today has been honestly just unbelievable. Really great games, really hard fought games, players taking their time. We don't get that every time. I feel like some tournaments maybe I've been a little too harsh. You know, players are playing a complicated end game, kind of like the one we just saw with Doll Museum, and they're like blitzing their moves. Whereas, you know, today we saw players really take their time. So that's been great. We saw Will really take his time against Jeff Swant. You know, Jeff Swant was, as usual, always taking his time. And yeah, Will was able to come out with a win. So very good things. Sometimes I couldn't tell who I was watching, the Grandmasters in their tournament or you guys. Just it was just very complicated and exciting. So definitely check out um the Grandmaster tournament. Just go to Lichess, and over here under the events, you can click on it. The game starts 7 a.m. Eastern, which I think is 4 p.m. in where they are in Russia. Yeah, there's 2 games left. Yeah, I think Anish can still catch Jan. Well, we'll check on that. But what's this? There's another tournament happening right now. All right, if you get bored of that, you may have heard of this player. There's some kind of tournament happening now. I don't really know what that is, but that's really cool too. So White's trying to cocoon the king. Logical. Man, I'm glad I'm not playing this game. I get to just watch. It's tough. You guys have made the job, yeah, really fun today. I'm not just like, oh, there goes a piece or something. Which is part of getting better too. But definitely had to work hard to find the good plans, to find strong moves, to understand what you guys were doing. So it's really cool. Yeah, Queen G3, that move makes a lot of sense. Defends G2 from the mate, and also goes closer to Black's king. Always look for moves like that combine attacking and defending. I mean, defending is a lot harder than attacking, not just because of the psychological factor, but um, also because often a good defense combines defense and counterplay. And so balancing those two things and switching back and forth between like playing a defensive move and then going for your own counterplay, that can be really hard. And it often involves a sacrifice. I was looking at some cool examples of that earlier this week. Queen G3 definitely poses Black some problems. Oh god. I'm not even gonna touch this one. Rook and pawn ending. Black is actually up a pawn. Well, yeah, no, I really like Black here. I think Jess wants to have to try to get some counterplay, but it's such a beautiful rook, beautiful king. This looks very difficult. All right, and then oh my. Well, that is a picturesque finish. And yeah, that can be what happened when you play King's Indian. I mean, it's just really tough. I mean, I've seen so many like 20 strong players, like 2300s, 2400s, and they just get crushed when they're Black against like grandmasters, because the grandmaster just, you know, takes everything on the queen side, and if your attack is off by even just one move, it's like you lose. So, wow, nice finish though. Good game, guys. Hey, Black, you tried. You have one more game left. And this guy's gonna have to play Sam. Yeah, that's not gonna be fun, but you'll learn something from it. No, I thought the king had like moved into check. I'm like, oh, just one's getting pretty strong. Be able to move his king into check. Um, Yeah, it looks like a pretty good move. Okay. Yeah, this one is really, really good. It's really close. So queen f5 at least guards the g5 square. Oh, black is up a pawn. I feel like in all this king stuff, I forgot about the pawn. Mm. Yeah, sometimes attacks they come down to then who has the better endgame. I mean, it's not like by accident. Like if you have a nice attack, sometimes you can then trade down into a good endgame. And don't be afraid to do that. No, I was just thinking, wait, is black getting mated? I can't tell. I can't tell. No, maybe black's okay. I don't see any checks. Oh, there we go. Okay. So black's probably okay with this. Yeah, I mean I think this is according to the textbooks, it's a draw. Yeah. But in a real game, I mean just because the positions it's supposed to be a draw doesn't mean it will be. As MVL found out against Fabiano. You know, you still gotta play. And that's the hard part. Um, oops, he just made a move. Yeah, so get the rook behind the pawn. I don't know. What makes it kind of hard is, this guy could become a target. Rook g7 looks pretty good. Oh yeah, because you're threatening mate. Yeah, well, I didn't really think about rook g7. Okay, yeah, that would have probably been better. You know, black's active king is kind of a factor also. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. Actually, wait, no, that wouldn't work. Yeah, maybe I was thinking like if rook g7, rook e7, but yeah, you get mated. So, all right, we got rooks and pawns here. Rooks and pawns here. Ooh, well, okay, this looks a little better for white than at least white has something. Oh, he went there. I thought black was planning to then go there. I mean, I don't know. Oh, but then maybe king. Oh, and I was thinking here and then here, but oh, but then just rook e4. Yeah, I think you should have gone e3. Well, when you go as fast as you can, these things. Well, okay. Oh man, you guys, the stream was only going to go for another 10 minutes, and already I was about to get angry. Players just blitzing. Not angry, just like, I don't know, incredulous. Wait, what? Hold on, what? What if I had from. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's not good. Okay. Oh my gosh. What is going on? Okay, maybe it's a draw. Oh, we had to go there. Oh, wow. This rook on c7 is nice. Oh, because the king is cut off from the pawn. Oh. Oh God, this. Oh, I remember stunning positions like this. It's hard. Check. Check. Okay, you gotta check. Go back. Uh-huh. It'll be fun. Ooh, black might be just in time. Hmm. Oh. Whoa. Okay. Hold on. Endgames may seem simple, but there's a lot going on here. All right, we gotta look at this one after it's over. Yeah, there. Okay. Oh, maybe it was already. Yeah. Oh wait, can. Wow. Just. Okay. Well, just one is time. Good to see him use it. All right. Quick break from this game. What is happening? Oh, this one is no easier. Yeah. Oh, all right. So as soon as just swamp moves, we'll go back. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's just stay here. It's too hard. Oh, he moved anyway. Rook g4. Well, yeah, but actually, wow, yeah, Rook g4 was a pretty cool idea. I don't know if it was. Oh my gosh, that would be so much to calculate. What was the point, though? I think, well, it could still happen. So I don't want to say. Black also has plenty of time. So you guys were like blitzing earlier, and now you created a headache for both of you. As a reminder, black was totally in control, and then white was in control. I think, I mean, a little less critical of white here, but black was totally in control and just gave white some opportunities. Hey, we've seen it a lot in the candidates tournament, and we see it here. So Jeswan, he's not just calculating how to get out of check. You know, he's trying to look ahead, even though all these squares may kind of seem the same for a corner. There's different nuances with each. I mean, this doesn't, I don't think gives anything away. If it's like King F7, for example, then Rook over, and then the Rook takes pawn would come with check. Maybe that's important. Who knows? King F8, you don't have that problem, but you're on the back rank. And yeah, I mean, that's just really kind of generally what's going on. So he goes to the corner. Okay. Shields himself from checks, but now the pawn can't advance. Black guards the pawn. All right, so maybe white is just kind of testing out what's going on here. Black, of course, checks again. So sometimes you can do that. You know, if you can just test your opponent, make a move that you know they have a defense, but as long as you can go back to that same position like this, that's fine. Oh, he's going back to the corner. So of course black's going to go here. Oh, I think this might be a draw now. I think it's going to be repetition. If he goes to the corner, it is. A little surprised he doesn't try to go for the win, but it's risky either way. Well, all right, so white has a draw. Okay, maybe he was kind of testing black twice. Okay, he risks accidentally repeating the position though. All right, so black has to keep checking because if you go for the pawn, this comes with check. So actually the rook is kind of nice. It guards the rank so the king can't move this way up, and it attacks the pawn with check. Oh, well. Oh, is there really nothing? So it's a draw. All right. Few things happening here. I think white had a much easier win. No. Where the king was on. Oh, yeah, it was white's turn. Yeah, white could have promoted, right? Unless I'm insane. And the beautiful thing is the rook cuts the king off from getting the pawn. So, I mean, there's nothing black can do. Then you just go here and you collect the pawn. Yeah, that would have been the way to go. Oh, man. That pawn should never have gotten there. Wow. Yeah, in the end games, the computers, they're not that helpful. I mean, because they won't explain to you the idea, so you'll just kind of, you'll see what works, but you'll have no idea why. In fact, there are also some depth issues. Okay, well now the computer. Yeah, I feel like white did have a win. Kind of like a Lucina. Oh. And then you're there in time. So well, thank you, computer. That definitely made the job a lot easier. Well, I mean, this is like hardly easy to see. So if rook h1, rook here, trade rooks here, but then when white promotes, they cover the square. Wow. And if they just push, takes, and now, yeah. I mean, yeah, like you could just, I mean, maybe there's a quicker way, I don't know. And then this is a win. All right, very, very good game. Oh, man. Just craziness all around. So I just want to go, where was that? But these moves are all played at breakneck speed. Well, maybe not these, but where was this? Okay, so queen would have won. Not sure what Just1 was worried about. Maybe he thought the king was close enough, but it wasn't. So, okay. Oh, I can actually see which moves you guys played really quickly. Well, isn't that convenient? So yeah, black played this about after 4 seconds of thought. But I think e3 would, unless I'm like mistaken. Oh, wait. No. Ooh. Yeah, no, you can't risk that pawn ending. Okay. Well, then this, yeah, e4 was just not a good move then, because it gives counterplay. I mean, I don't know. Just split b5. So this all happened. I mean, I'm looking. Well, okay, Just1 is taking his time. I should be fair. It's the other player who's moving extremely fast. And now he just like pushes the pawns. Yeah, probably bringing the rook around. Yeah, throwing in a check. Why not with some tempo? And then think this is a win. Just to be kind of lazy about it. Yeah, I mean, oh, you even do that. I may be missing something quick here, but I just want to get the general gist of things. Yeah, black is way ahead, and then the king can just mop up the pawns. So things get traded. You don't even have to take that. Yeah, and anyway, get the pawns. So cool. Good game. Oh my gosh, this game is still going. Oh my gosh. All right, we got to see what happens here. Some great tactics today, great end games today. Can't really ask for more. All right, we'll come back here in 1 second. Oh, there's still games going in K3. So this is the battle for the first place of K6. We already have one winner, so one of these guys needs to win to tie for first with a perfect score. Oh, excuse me. Kings to the to the edge of the board. The white king has made it. Oh wow, I just realized something really funny. No. Hey, why not? Yeah, chess is tough. I appreciate you guys letting me look at your games. Definitely, just trying to tell you guys things to be helpful, not to embarrass anyone or be overly critical. But I haven't really had much of a reason to be critical. I mean, games have been really great today. All right, so this is looking like just petering out to a draw. Yeah, I mean, there's no way to protect that. All right, and we have a forced draw. Very good game, guys. Black, you're gonna be kicking yourself. You had a win here. So gotta be aware of this in rook endings. So this is a draw, this position. Okay, as soon as the king goes here, or here, or here, boom. Remember this skewer. Very common tactic in rook end games. All right, but anyway, great game, guys. Man, a lot of great chess today. So it's been super fun, and good luck the rest of the tournament.